Click subscribe, Black Social TV it is. I'm Dennis the Business. Let's talk some news and politics. Now, he is the 45th President of the United States of America. His name is Donald J. Trump. One thing for sure is the elections are underway and we want to know what Americans think. Now, getting back to his biography, before he became President of America, he was a businessman and a TV personality. He was raised in the New York borough of Queens to parents Fred Trump and Mary Ann Trump. He got an economics degree in Wharton School of University, and later on, he had to go on to his dream of becoming the president of America. He's married to Melania Trump. We want to know what Americans think of the 2020 elections right away. Now, Donald J. Trump is coming back for the election the second time, and the new poll finds about 54% who say their best guess is what Trump will win the 2020 election. Now, the 41% say and feel he will lose. Now, I'll repeat the statistics for you here. The new poll finds 54% who say that their best guess is that Trump will win the 2020 election, while 41% feel he will lose. Now, for the Americans, are slightly obviously more opt to say Trump will win now than they were to say Barack Obama would win a second time back in May 2011. Now, looking at a survey conducted just after the death of one terrorist, Osama bin Laden, we could look at the 50% who thought that Obama would win in that poll. Now, away from that, the new numbers on the Trump, several rehearsal or reversal from the December, when a narrow majority of the Americans, of about 51%, said they thought Trump would lose his bid for the re-election. But they're kind of wrong, as we may say here. Now, taking over the shift here, the time comes mostly among those who disapprove of Trump's handling of presidency, and he still argues that he's the best president right there. Now, look at the December. In December, was it December last year, 81% in that group said that they thought that President Trump would lose, and now that's a fallen one to about 67%. At the same time, the share who approve of the president and think he will win has held mostly steadily to 88% now versus the 85% last December. Now, the dislike those disapprovers hold for Trump is palpable in that poll. Looking at this difference now, we are asked to explain in their own words why they disapprove of Trump. Now, Trump's behavior is a little bit a central reason right here. Most of the cases, people don't like Trump's behavior. Now, we're looking at the most frequently cited responses are lying, and that statistics say it's about 13%. Looking at racism, they say it is 11%. And the incompetency, look at his incompetency, the people say it's 11%, and not acting presidential, they look at it at about 7%. Now, those are some of the questions that were all the reasons that were given by the people on the streets. Now, looking at also the reason for immigration, named by about 7% of the people, is the only specific issue that merits mention by about 5% or more. Now, looking at the other side of the coin, those who approve of the way Trump is handling his job as the president over the United States, instead focus on his accomplishments and issues. Now, those are the ones that do love President Trump. About a quarter, talking about the quarter, it's about 26% cite the economy as the main reason they back him. And then the 12% say, I repeat, the 12% still say that President Donald Trump say that it's because he has kept his promises. Then 9% say that he's getting things done or accomplishing more than other presidents. Now, 80% still mention improved unemployment ratings, and 5% point to his policies on the border. Those are just the reasons, just half of the reasons that people are giving of what they think the president would win the 2020 election. Now, looking at the economy that remains the bright spot of Trump's presidency, the public opinion poll, overall, 7 in 10 say economy is in the good shape, about the same as in March. Then 52% say they approve of Trump's handling of the economy. Now, down 4 points since April, just this year, this poll marks a new high point in Trump's presidency for the share who feel the economy is in very good shape. Now, 28% say so, and though that's not significantly larger than the 26% who felt that way just last March, it is the best mark since the year 2000, call it the millennium. Now, talking about Trump's second best approval rating in the poll comes on an economy connected to the measure, helping the middle class, that is it. And on that score, 44% approve that President Donald Trump, yes, about 39% approved on that. Now, look at the foreign trade that earns the president fewer accolades here, with 41% saying they approve while 47% disapprove of the foreign trade. Now, the poll still goes on and was in the field when the president threatened new tariffs on imports from Mexico in response to the illegal border crossings from that country. Wow. While those figures are not significantly different from the president's approval ratings on this topic, in December, his approval rating on foreign trade has grown 9 points over that time. And among a core constituency, now whites do not have college degrees. Taken back to the point of immigration, Americans also give the president a 41 approval rating with a higher disapproval rating of 54% than he earns for his trade policies. Now, you are free to get down to the commentary section. Let's make this a debate, and we'll make another poll for Black Social TV right here. Now, turning to the foreign policy, the president's reviews are also largely negative. On his handling of the North Korea, Americans' opinions have shifted from positive, that is about 48% approve, then to 40% that disapprove, to negative, 41% approve, and 45% disapprove of that over that last year. Now, the disapproval outweighs approval for his handling of the situation with the country Iran, and they give him a 43% to a 32%. Then a more disapproval over 48% than the approval of 42% of his handling of the role of as the commander in chief. Taking a look at the Americans still, and their perceptions of the threat posed by the Iran and the North Korea has declined over the last year. Talking about the May 2018 poll, 47% say they consider North Korea a very serious threat to the United States. Now, just 34% feel the same way. Taking a look at the lowest number of polls since the year 2015, the same 2018 poll found 40% viewed Iran as a very serious measure here, and the smallest share to say the polling back over the year 2000. Now, looking at the both cases, the declines come chiefly among the Republicans here. Republicans. As for the last May, 50% of the Republicans considered North Korea a very serious threat. Now just 30% say the name. There have been smaller declines over the same time among independents. Yeah, and taking a look at that right there, Trump doesn't seem to care anyway. The share of the Republicans who consider Russia a very serious threat has also dipped in the last year from 28% in 2018 to 20% as we speak now. Among the independents, it's dipped 5 points, and nearly half of the Democrats consider Russia a deeply serious threat with a 48% statistics, about the same as the 46% who said so last year. So there's an increase of about 2% if you do the math well. Now, through the 31 among the random national sample of about 1,600 adults reached on landlines or cell phones by a live interviewer, the results of this full sample have a margin of sampling error of about plus or minus 3.75% points. It's a larger for those subgroups. Now you're gonna do one thing for me. If you're watching this or you get to watch this in your free time, you can get down to the commentary section. It's a yes or a no. You can just type Donald Trump yes for 2020. Then you can type Donald Trump no for 2020. Let's make it a debate down in the commentary section. My name is Dennis the Business. We've been talking news and politics. Click subscribe for the biggest stories in America and around the globe. Thanks for watching.